podcast dedicated to the lore, legends, and myths surrounding the creatures that may lurk in your backyard. My name's Hewitt.
I'm Chris. Anyway, how you doing, man?
I'm okay. It's tail end of summer.
Yeah.
I go back to work Monday.
Oh, you got to do the preliminary.
I'm actually leading some of the in-service.
Oh, okay. So what does that entail? You're just kind of prepping for...
I'm telling people how to grade writing assignments to match the state assessment. I am helping... I've made the scope and sequence for both American history and civics. And I have been in contact with the civics teacher at the other big high school in the city. If you need backup when you do the PLC for this.
Is it a school I know?
It's the one we went to.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So I'm doing that. I don't know what else I'm going to be put in charge of. I'm going to have a completely new department. Everybody else that worked with me in social studies last year is gone.
I am surprised and also not surprised you don't make more money with all the work you do.
I teach in Louisiana.
I know.
If they could pay me less, they would.
Yeah. The thing is, it's I say I'm surprised, but also not surprised. I'm surprised at how much work you do, but I'm also not surprised with the way, especially here in, very conservative area where they're just, don't really take into account the work you do as a teacher.
It is... I've already started seeing the flooding of memes you don't ask a doctor to bring syringes, you don't ask the accountant to bring their own printer paper. Why are you asking teachers to bring all these supplies when you can get them for your kids, or the state should provide them? And I'm like, the state should provide them, but I'm going to be honest, after 15 years of teaching, this will be the start of my 16th year. I frankly am done with the argument about if the kid doesn't bring a pencil or doesn't do this, that they should fail or you should penalize the kid. I'm like, half the time it's because mom didn't get him shit. I'll go buy a $6 box of 100 damn big blue pens and pass them out.
And just, yeah.
It hurts me not.
And the thing is, it's no, it's just every teacher I know, and I, for some reason, know a good bit of teachers.
Well, your brother is.
My brother's a teacher.
I'm one.
I have a couple of friends that are teachers. My aunt was a teacher for a while.
Kirby, that we went to school with, used to be a music teacher and still occasionally does it, as well as doing band gigs.
Yeah. I know so many teachers that put a lot more effort into, and this is just me being, we're getting into our political. Maybe we should just do a political podcast just so we can get that shit out the way. But I know so many teachers that just do so much for their students that it's I get annoyed at people shitting on teachers or shitting on the school system. It's the only reason why you don't like teachers is because you don't like the curriculum because you are stupid.
And
frankly.
The bigger thing is, most teachers don't determine the curriculum. The state does. If I am handed civics, I won't lie. The main reason I do not want civics is what they're trying to push in the state this year is propaganda. Talking about the state's excellence in all situations. When you don't top the top 25 in anything, when you're in the bottom 50%,
yeah, yeah. I mean, we're top in some things.
Obesity. Nope, Mississippi took that one. Heart disease, we're still the top in that one.
STIs.
Our city that we live in is actually the highest contraction point.
Incarceration rate. We're up there in poverty.
We are not the most poverty-stricken state. I believe that is either Mississippi or West Virginia.
Yeah, I was going to say it was
either... Oklahoma raced to the bottom this year.
Oklahoma. Yeah, I could see that.
They were ranked 50th in education, and this is the guy that's demanding the Trump Bible be in every classroom.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that the guy that got caught with porn?
Yep.
It's always the loudest, dude. It's always the fucking loudest. Anyway, we're here because we are talking about spooky shit.
Yep.
And I'm sure people don't want to just hear us talk about politics unless you do.
Chris's next side hustle is backwoods liberality.
Oh shit! I mean, there are like some good like left liberal podcasts out there from the South. So
people keep forgetting the South is purple as it actually is. It's just for gerrymandered to hell and back.
That and just very disenfranchised.
Oh, very much so. Now, to get us back to our
get us back to our roots,
to our podcast, and to bring up a picture you showed me in the very first recording of the Rougarou.
Really, we're going back.
We're going back. That image is in this story. I did not print it out because the image that you showed me that looked like a dog that had been hit by a car on the side of a highway near DeRitter. But have you ever heard of devil monkeys?
I've heard it. It's one of those things, like, I think the last episode we did, where you said, I heard of it, but I don't know what it is, technically.
Yep, I get that. Now, to describe a devil monkey, they are 3 to 4 feet tall, but in a few accounts, they could be up to 7. Now, I understand the difference between a monkey and an ape is the existence of a tail.
Yeah.
However, I think you graduate from monkey status to ape status when you are Bigfoot sized. Tail or no tail. Like, I'm not going to say that is a monkey.
So are we talking about the Uzaru from Dragon Ball?
A little bit, but not Vegeta being supersized and then being crushed by naked Gohan. I always remember that. You could make fun of Yamcha getting blown up and being left in a crater. Vegeta got his ass whipped and he had to leave the planet because he was crushed under a 7-year-old's ass.
That is true.
Anyway, so they are a hairy humanoid.
Okay.
Which is the description of every primate.
Right.
Black shaggy fur with tufts of white around the neck and the belly. In some descriptions, almost like a mane poofing out of a secondary color of hair. Most of the time white. Couple ones I saw also kind of a reddish color, which could just be dirty white.
I mean, that seems to be the, I've noticed with a lot of Bigfoot stories, red or black or white.
Now, I'm going to throw this out there. They're not big feet. Devil monkeys are not
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. They're not a Sasquatch. They're not a skunk ape. Similar concept in a lot of cases, but they have pronounced canines.
Okay, so they're vampire-y?
So, well, no, they're
bottom, or they got the saber-toothed look.
Have you ever seen a baboon or a mandrill open their mouth?
Oh, yeah, okay, I see that.
So the canines are very, very pointed and pronounced.
So
and
do they have an extended jaw?
Right, so sometimes the face is described as canid, baboonish, or mandrillish.
Okay, so yeah, I would think baboon because that's what I think of when I think of those big teeth.
Now, something that goes back to another early episode. A lot of times they're described as having 3 very long, skinny toes.
Okay, felt monster. Yeah.
And also the NASA's very own Honey Island swamp monster.
Yeah, true.
And the infield horror? No, that was 3 legs.
Yeah, it had 3 legs. It was tripedal.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how you would say it.
Long claws, like very, very long claws on the hands and the feet. Again, like I said earlier, prominent fangs, like, and in bottom teeth, like almost like tusks. So like I said, like if anyone has ever seen a baboon or a mandrill or really any monkey or ape open its mouth, we're the only primate that does not have
like the
big ass canine pointed teeth. Like we are,
like okay, some people do have that gene where they have pronounced cuspids, but for the most part, like our diet has switched very drastically because, like, I believe most apes and monkeys, they eat more fruit and they're more vegetarian.
Like the reason gorillas have such teeth like that is they use that to rip bark off.
Yeah. And we cook our food, which is very different from most creatures. And 2, we're omnivorous, so we don't need like the rippy teeth like they do. And we also have the fingies. We can, like, you know.
We have a more opposable hand.
Yeah.
Now, they have very small pointed ears towards the upper sides of their heads that sometimes resemble horns because the hair on them is supposed to be longer. So hence the title and name Devil Monkey is because hair from the ears and their position can make it look like they got horns. Some descriptions, they have horns.
They're just like tiefling horns.
Yeah. Now, they have thick kangaroo-like legs that allow them to jump in a couple stories up to 20 feet. Like, they can freaking just bounce.
So they're not only giant monkeys or giant apes, they're also like half kangaroo.
Like, they got the big old legs. Like, they didn't skip leg day.
So they're just like, wow.
Well, have you ever seen like a lemur jumping?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
How would someone that's never seen or never heard of a lemur describe a lemur hopping like it was? They'd be like, kind of jumped like a kangaroo.
Yeah. But what if they've never seen a kangaroo?
Man, they hopped like that one dude when he got coals dropped in the back of his pants at church when the chimney opened up.
Yeah, they jumped like the preacher when he was doing the snake thing, and then it went down.
Bit the shit out of his dick. They are extremely fast over short distances.
So they got like burst speed.
They got burst speed, which is very accurate for most primates. Like a lot of things, like especially like, and I'm going to keep coming back to baboons. Baboons are very fast for a very short distance.
I feel like there's a lot of creatures like that.
Well, I mean, okay, let's be honest. Humans are the weird one.
Yeah.
Like, we can be incredibly fast for a short distance, yeah.
But we're known for...
But we're mostly known for, hey, I'm going to set a pace, not the fastest pace. 3 days later, I'm still moving at the same speed with minimum rest because we are the Jason Voorhees of the animal kingdom with just absolutely terrifying endurance predation.
We're like, we're going to track you down and we're just going to walk while you tire yourself out.
And then we're going to get you. Or when you trip.
Yeah.
Now, they have also been said sometimes to have like canine-like bodies with a simian head with large fangs, similar to when we talked about, Grossbetal and talked about some of the black beasts. Yeah. And I mentioned the shug monkey, which still sounds... It sounds so
like it should be in jail.
That sounds so racist, but like the back half's a dog and the front half is an
ape. I was thinking like Suge Knight.
Yeah. Now, they're incredibly aggressive. They're extremely territorial. All of this tracks for a 100% mundane creature.
It's like, are we describing a cryptid or are we describing...
Did someone lose a troop of baboons? Or is it a troop or is it a Congress?
I mean,
I think it's a troop of baboons.
The current Congress, you could say, are baboons. But
any case, they also have a loud, terrifying scream, and let's see if this video will actually play.
Oh no. I didn't know you were bringing the video.
Well, that's not as impressive.
At first, I thought it was like an alligator. I'm going to be real. That's not an alligator.
Now, I'm going to be honest. That one was coming from Lost Tape, so that's 100% a dude. But it's supposed... If you've ever heard gibbons, like we are at the zoo here in town. If you're anywhere in the zoo and someone gets the gibbons pissed off...
They start having that.
They have a very loud, high-pitched shrill. One time I've seen somebody piss off the 4.5-foot tall it's not silverback, the big male.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the term is for a male baboon, but there's one that's like 4.5 feet tall. He's a big boy. Like, he's like, I hate to say it, like, you say like a 4.5 foot tall human, you're like, oh, that's little. Most creatures, once you get over 4 foot tall, it's like, hold up.
That's big.
Like,
I mean, technically, my dog Artax, big boy. He can put his paws on my chest very easily.
I'm just saying, it's like, there's certain creatures, like...
And I was saying, he's not even, like, 4 feet tall, but I'm like, that's a big animal.
That's a big dog. Like, but think about, like, you mentioned, like, a 4.5 foot alligator. Like, you mentioned, like, a 3 foot alligator, like, okay, that can hurt your finger. Like, under 3 foot, like, I hate to say it this way, because I saw a TikTok, and I was like, I cannot refute this. Was somebody from, like, Ohio going, y'all down in Louisiana have no fear of the danger log. And I'm like, well, we do. We just also know that if they're under 3 feet, we can fuck with them and it won't really seriously hurt us. 3 feet, 4 to 5 feet, ooh, over 5 feet.
No.
6 foot.
Fuck no.
7 to 8 foot, that's going to kill you. Or in the case of the one that used to be in our zoo, we had a 13-foot male alligator that unfortunately died of an infection. They buried him.
Yeah, fun fact. Reptiles just grow.
As long as they get enough food,
they could just grow.
And the thing is that, like, you mentioned a 4.5 foot tall baboon. Someone's like, man, I'm like, you understand that when he's on all fours, he's like 4'3", and then when he stands up, he's 4'5",
yeah,
or 4'6". Like, how a baboon is built, they got tiny Johnny Bravo legs, but like, they did not skip arm day, and they will absolutely wreck your whole, not just your Christmas, but your whole calendar year.
Yeah, because they're all muscle. Like, most apes are just pure muscle.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you also look at a baboon, it's like, oh yeah, that's a 4.5 foot pound, 60 pound. Oh, 60 pound ain't that much. I'm like, no. A 40 pound bobcat kills a grown human if you do not shoot it. Like, if that thing gets a hold of you, it could wreck you. So the thing is, it's like the 4 footish, like, with this. So before I get back to the noise on this, the thing I want to say, my full opinion going into this is, we are talking about a population of baboons that is just wild somewhere in the country, which is more terrifying to me than Bigfoot being real, of the 3-cheek beast, I am more worried about wild baboons being possibly loose in the country than the lutan. And I think at this point, the only cryptid we have said we will 100% believe in is that little fucker.
Oh, yeah. Like, even in
Patronized.
spirit, the lutan is real. Like, even if you don't believe in supernatural creatures, you can believe in spirit the lutan is real, because that shit happens.
Exactly. So, now, what I'm going to say is, when someone pissed off old big boy, I'm just going to call him Clyde.
Old Clyde.
He hit the window, cracked the plexiglass, which is also why there's metal bars between the plexiglass and, I should say there's bars, plexiglass, human. He cracked the plexiglass slapping it. And the sound effect that you always hear for, like, gorillas getting mad in old movies.
Yeah.
That's a baboon.
Okay.
Kind of like every time you hear an eagle, it's actually a warhawk, because eagles sound derpy, and I mean, it's like gorillas burp and growl. They don't actually.
They just growl and grunt. They don't.
Also, if you ever hear, like, you know how it's like boom, 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 when they bang their chest? No, when they start doing it, the hands are actually cupped, so it's more like.
Well, isn't that just like...
It's all posturing, but no, I actually heard a gorilla beating its chest without a sound effect added over it. I'm like, oh my God, I know I would die. But I would start laughing my ass off so hard, because, like, it's just coming up here cupping its titties at me aggressively.
Here lies Hewitt. He laughed at a gorilla. And then it wrecked his shit.
Well, okay, like, here's the thing on that before we get into sightings. You know how we had the 100 men versus a gorilla, and everybody's like, oh, I'm like, one, the first dude going up against that gorilla is
Fucking
toast.
done.
However, gorillas have really terrible endurance, so it probably would only take 10 humans to actually take it down. Also, gorillas, like, if a gorilla could throw a punch the way we throw a punch, like, if they physically could, because they can't.
Yeah.
End of story, you're out. Injured seriously. Gorillas slap because they can't do...
They don't have the...
They don't have that motion, but they can slap you. And if it bit you, you're screwed, or if it grabbed you. But the thing is honestly, if 100 dudes ran at a gorilla, the gorilla's going to nope out. Like, the gorilla's going to be like, no. No, I'm actually a pacifist. I'm out, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the more I've learned about gorillas, I realized I have been lied to about gorillas my entire life. And the only thing I feel like I've been lied to worse than about gorillas are great whites.
Yeah, because great whites kind of just... I mean, they can be dangerous, but...
I mean, they are dangerous, but it's one of those of like... The great white is not going to go out of its way to fuck me up.
Yeah.
Because it's going to look at me and go...
I don't know what you are.
You're
not a tuna.
You're not a seal. Like, the main time they attack us is case of mistaken identity, and then I, like, occasionally the way, like, I've seen a shark hit something and then go off, it's like, oh fuck, man, I hope nobody else saw me do that. Like, it's like it's looking around to make sure it didn't lose any, like, ocean
a lot
cred.
of, like, shark bites just them just chomping on someone and leaving.
A lot, unless it's like a tiger shark or a bull shark, because they know only hate.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, but there's so many things in the ocean that know only hate, like squids. Squids know only hate.
No, squids know more than that. They choose hate. Like, squids are, like, Humboldt squids are smart enough that we're starting to think that they might be on, like, a 5th grade level, which means they're smarter than most Americans.
And they just are like, that thing, I want to tear it apart. It's not even like, I think they transcend hate into just utter malice.
I think it's just pure violence. They just operate... God damn.
I'm going to rip this thing apart.
Also, the fact that, like, cephalopods, like squid and octopi, are so different, scientists are really starting to theorize they might have shown up on the asteroid.
They are some wild creatures.
Like, their DNA doesn't match other shit.
That would be some cool things. If, like the first alien we ever find is, like, one that's been here for thousands, if not millions of years.
It gives the Cthulhu argument.
Yeah.
Now... sightings. So we got sightings that go back a ways. So let's start back in 1934 in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. A farmer went out to his field and he saw something jumping across it. A couple things jumping across it. And he said they easily were able to clear 20 feet because it only took them 4 or 5 hops to get across my field. Apparently, also, they raided the chicken house.
You never want that.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. If it was any type of wild primate, all primates are, well, like you mentioned before, yeah, most of them eat fruit. Every single primate is an omnivore.
Yeah.
And a lot of times opportunistic.
Yeah, I should clarify, like, most primates... like, from what I know about teeth, which is a very weird sentence for me to say, I'm a dental technician. What we know about teeth is, like, the way that primates' teeth are, they're mostly focused on breaking through, like, certain, like, fruits or branches, things like that, trying to get to, like, the good bits. Whereas we are, like...
Nom, nom, nom.
We're, like... we're for crushing, and we don't tend to, like, rip into, like, things like primates do.
Now we jump to 1959 in Saltville, Virginia. An ape-like creature attacked the Boyd's car, leaving large scratches along the sides. The daughter described the creature as dark-furred with a white belly, which is where we start getting the first actual physical description.
Okay.
2 nurses were also attacked not far from them. The devil monkey tore the soft top off of the convertible they were driving in and bounced off into the woods with it. Now, they say it jumped. My response is, if it tore the soft top off of a vehicle, like, let's just say, let's give a credence that this story is not made up. If a 30 to 50 pound monkey or ape got onto the top of a car and was to rip a leather soft top off, you have just lost all ground that you're holding on to. So if it bounced off into the woods, I'm pretty sure it bounced off in the woods because it bounced off of the road holding on to what it had, and then it bounced off the road because it fell. Oh, that's the TV in the other room. For a second, I thought my wife was correcting my children. I was like, I'm about to have to go be back up. 1973, Albany, Kentucky. Or sorry, Albay, not Albany, Albay, Kentucky. 3 monkey-like creatures caught killing cattle. And bringing back another one. This is the episode that's like, I'm bringing everything back. Cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman found no signs of the species here and says, I think it was someone just attacking your cattle and it was weird.
So is Lauren Coleman, like, everything I've read about him, he seems like one of the more, like...
I think Lauren deserves... You know what? Hold on. Since I still have it open, I am going to just type Lauren Coleman into the master list.
Yeah. And, you know, I could be wrong. I might eat my words, but, like, out of all, like, the people I've seen mentioned, like, in terms of paranormal cryptozoology, he seems like one of the people that is, like, genuinely interested in...
Well, I think when he started, he wasn't even referred to as a cryptozoologist, whatever the term was before it, like crypto...
Well, actually...
He was still
one of the stories I'm going to be bringing out tonight is going to be mentioning cryptozoology. So
there was a term before cryptozoology that, like, if you say cryptozoologist now, everybody's going to start laughing at you.
Yeah, well, but I think it started in like the 30s or 40s.
But there used to be another term for it that basically you were trying to discover extinct species or new species. That it's not like you're just hunting for Bigfoot. It's like, I'm looking for, like, I heard that there might still be a subspecies of carrier pigeon living in this valley.
Yeah, I think a lot of it came, like, this is just my ignorant take on it. And just everything I've grabbed from osmosis, just doing the podcast and just listening to cryptozoology related stuff, is that it's like, it seems like initially it was something that's like, we don't know about all these weird sightings that are happening in this specific region, so we're going to go see. And it's cryptic because we don't really know what's going on here. Not so much nowadays where it's like cryptozoology is tied to like Bigfoot and
demons and flying rods and invisible sky whales.
Yeah, that's kind of like the mythos that grew out of it. And like now I think even like people like cryptozoologists, quote unquote, that hunt Bigfoot actually just call themselves Bigfoot hunters.
Yeah.
Too. So anyway, getting back to what
1979, Georgia. The Belt Road Booger, which connects to another thing on our list known as the Wood Booger. I don't know what's up with Georgia and calling a monster or unknown creature booger. Seen jumping in the trees and areas, but it didn't attack anyone. It just like stared menacingly. And
so
like,
it was posturing.
Yeah, it's like, get the fuck off my land.
Hey, you. Fuck you. Get out of here.
I'm going to go shit on Stone Mountain. It's mine now.
It's my mountain, and you can't go there.
Now, bringing it back to Louisiana, bringing it back to the Rougarou episode. In 1996, DeRidder, Louisiana, an unidentifiable ape-like carcass was found and dubbed the DeRidder Roadkill. Now, people have said it was a Rougarou. People have said it was a adolescent Bigfoot. People have said it's a devil monkey. That was a dead dog. I'm sorry. Like
I mean, it looks like something like a Newfoundland or like a Tibetan Mastiff, something that's big and hairy.
I mean, like it would be a high... Okay, I would put this... I would almost believe more that it was a wild monkey that got loose from like a zoo or a circus than that it was like somebody's extremely expensive large breed heavy dog. Like,
Also, having like a fluffy ass dog like a mastiff.
Oh God, I don't want to bring like a Newfie down. Like I love Tibetan Mastiffs, mostly because it's a dog that can weigh as much or outweigh me.
Yeah. I would not want to bring it down here.
I would not do that to the poor
I feel
animal.
bad for Artax, and he doesn't have like he doesn't have like a fluffy coat, but he has a thick coat, and he can get pretty hot in this weather.
Now, Barbara Mullins on Highway 12 took several pictures of the carcass, and she still claims to today that, or the last time when the article I read it was in, that she had no clue what it was. She could not identify it as a creature.
Uh-oh, baby girl. No, I mean, I think that's...
She's...
I want to believe her because she's not making any sort of, like, positive claim. She's just like...
It could be like this, but the problem is the number of people who then run with it.
Yeah.
And ruin it. 1996, in Louisiana, a biologist saw a skinny, tall, monkey-like creature that he thought was a dog at first until it stood up and looked at him and then leaned over the fence until thunder clapped and it ran it off. Like he was out there trying to like survey the types of animals that were on this like the end of this plantation now park.
Right.
And all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's a big dog. Dogs don't stand up like that. Dogs don't lean over the fence and look at me like that. Then thunder happened. It's like, oh fuck, and it ran. And I'm like, thank you, thunder.
Yeah, it's like thanks, Mother Nature, for scaring it off.
What I don't have written down, but I remember reading, is the guy who did this said, I had already unclipped my holster. And I'm like, this is the thing I like about biologists in Louisiana. They have a gun.
I mean, like, people like to paint, scientists as like pencil pusher types or, Poindexters and things like that. Especially if you're someone going out into the field to study things,
And especially if you're working with wildlife and fisheries.
or if you're if you're like a biologist in Australia that has to like go out and work with like the wildlife folks. I don't know what they call it in Australia. It's like you're gonna be fucking armed.
And there's things that can be a problem that are not what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Mostly poachers. 1997, Duncanville, Ohio, an abnormally shaped baboon man was seen running through several people's yards.
Okay.
2006 in Chicago, a man and his dog were attacked by what he called a demonic monkey as he tried to enter his house. He scared it off with a camera flash, but many reports were in the area of pets going missing.
Okay, so wait, this is in Chicago, like Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois.
Big city.
Yeah.
One of the biggest cities in America.
Yeah.
And this creature is there.
Supposedly. Now,
and it was scared by a camera flash? Did they actually capture a picture?
I couldn't find any pictures connected to it, but I'm going to be honest. If this dude was just like trying to get his camera to flash at it, it'd be the blurriest bullshit.
Right, yeah.
Ever. But since 2006, a lot of the reports have died off. There have not been as many because a lot of these do end up getting reported as a Bigfoot adjacent.
Right.
So while, like, the thing I want to make sure to understand with the devil monkey, it is not Bigfoot. It is a much smaller creature. It is a monkey that has a tail. Bigfoot is a 7 to 10 foot tall
bipedal
hairy humanoid. Like it's not like Bigfoot's a gorilla that stood up.
Right. This is an actual like
separate
monkey or ape-like creature that's
it's
sometimes on all fours. Sometimes.
I would put it as big. Like if you want my honest opinion about Bigfoot, if I was to classify it, is a different version of humanoid. Just not the pathway we went down evolutionary wise.
Right.
Like I would not list Bigfoot as an ape or a wild creature.
So you're thinking of it as sort of like a Neanderthal situation.
Not Neanderthal. It's
I'm saying it's like
it's
not the same as like an ape or a chimpanzee. Which
look how Native Americans talk about Sasquatch. They don't talk about Sasquatch like, oh, a bear or a monkey. Sasquatch is a dude. He lives in the woods. He's magic. Be respectful or he will wreck your shit. If you're nice to him, he will help you because Bigfoot is your dude.
Like, some native tales do give, like, spiritual components to Bigfoot.
Now, let's go through some explanations. Throughout the first one that you mentioned is a chance, especially in the 1930s, that it was a group of kangaroos that got loose from a circus.
We love our kangaroos. It was in field horror.
So in the 1930s, there was actually in that section of the country a circus that lost some kangaroos. Now, I don't think that they would have stolen chickens. At the same time, I also am not about kangaroos' business, so I don't know. But apparently in the early 1900s, a whole lot of circuses were really bad at losing animals, which is one reason between 1900 and 1940, a lot of cryptid sightings happened around the same time that the circus came through town.
Oh.
Because they would lose shit. I'm like, how do you lose a whole ass elephant? Like that's another one I need to visit. Is there in Kansas? There was
actually no. How do you lose an entire ass elephant?
I don't know, but in Kansas, a elephant got loose, and it took them 2 weeks to find it. And I'm like, it's Kansas. Kansas has the same level across the whole state. It is flat.
It's not just like flat. It's
the Great Plains.
It's the plains. It's not necessarily like.
Now, to be fair, elephants are also hella sneaky, though. I found that out. For a creature that is multiple tons, they're hella sneaky.
I just like the idea of the fucking elephant just like roguing around, sneaking.
The one that I ascribe to the most, baboons or mandrills, they got loose from their keeper, either at his circus or a zoo. Because every description of this man sounds like a pissed off baboon.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of let in with that, and everything you said from then, I was like, okay, it's got to be some sort of monkey of sort. And the U.S. we're not really a stranger to, like, people losing animals. As you just said, we lost a fucking elephant in Kansas.
Now, connected to this, there is actually, and a couple people have tried to say it's not true, there are small clusters of wild exotic primates that do live in the United States now, Florida being the biggest. Like, we know there are orangutans in the Everglades. It is a very small population. It is very hard to find, but there are orangutans there, which
I
is
wonder if that's where the famous skunk ape picture comes from.
It is. That's an orangutan.
Yeah.
For a very brief period of time, they got rounded up. There was a wild baboon pack in Florida that got loose, but
I mean, that makes sense because not only is it Florida, but there's like a lot. Isn't there a lot of people that just own exotic pets in Florida?
The main reason that Florida has especially in the Everglades, the reason they have such a problem with certain creatures like iguanas are now all over Florida.
Have to.
When it gets cold, you'll have a 15-pound iguana fall out of a tree because it's hilarious. I hate to say it that way because it fell for the iguana, but you hear it smack the concrete and all of a sudden it starts scattering because it's like, oh no, I've slowed down hybrid. Pop! Like when like when you've had that moment, you almost fall asleep at the wheel and then you're like, fuck. Okay.
But yeah, they have that, and anacondas I don't think are.
There are some large snakes loose in Everglades, but
I think like the exotic bullet head, or what is it?
Snakehead. The snakehead fish that's in Louisiana now.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, how it goes. I mean, tilapia, the reason that we got them all over is because of Arkansas having a levee break and a rice field that had them in there fertilizing. They got loose, and they are prolific breeders. But the big thing is that Florida has a very large exotic pet industry. California also does, but California also has an environment that if you get outside of the cities in Southern California, it's desert. And the further north you go, you start getting into that marine West Coast climate, which is not conducive to a lot of species
right.
as well because they're not used to the damp.
Yeah,
So,
there's very specific species that live in there.
for a brief period of time, and it's something I want to look more into, but I've only found one article on it, so I kind of threw it in here. For a very brief period, we had a living gorilla population in the South. Because the gorilla found the key, got out, and then some stories say a couple months. One story said 5 years before they caught the last.
What are we doing?
So, so my thing is that, like I said, I believe it's baboons, but I 100% believe what the devil monkey is a monkey or an ape. Because here's the thing, Curious George, no tail. How many people say Curious George had a tail? Because
that's
everybody,
like a Mandela effect.
It is, because everybody says that
effect.
Even in the books, they call George a monkey, but George is a chimpanzee, which is a ape. So the problem is that, like I said at the beginning of the episode, little ones we call monkeys. When they get big,
we call them apes.
We call them an ape. Like, no one would call a gorilla a monkey for very long. Because the gorilla will probably take it personally. But no,
Before you're laughing at them for beating their chest.
Popping their titties.
Popping the titties. You're like, and then it throws you into the river.
The sound of my death is just...
And then you're like,
So
and then you're dead.
What I think the explanation for this is that sporadically across the country, primates have gotten out of their enclosures, people that shouldn't have. I mean, we could talk about the situation where the chimpanzee that was that one lady's pet got out and mauled somebody.
I think it mauled her.
No, it was a different one, because this lady got mauled that inspired what happened in the movie Nope. And then there is one where the chimpanzee was raised like the lady's son, drank wine with her. She fell asleep. He went outside and got into a fight. Also, somewhere up in Ohio or like Virginia, there was a guy who had a massive, not kept wildlife sanctuary. And that dude didn't take care of anything, and animals escaped. Like a freaking antelope jumped over someone's fence and ran through their yard. Kind of situation. Doc Antler, that was on Tiger King, wasn't taking care of those animals. So the number of enclosures of places that have big cats and other wildlife not native to here that might not be maintained and might not be doing what they're supposed to, and something gets out, 100% I could understand that happening.
Honestly, I think my big irrational fear is like just accidentally finding a loose chimpanzee just out, like, I'm on a walk or something, and then...
you know what? I'd rather find a bear than a chimpanzee.
Honestly, yes.
Chimpanzee or bear in the woods? Bear.
Like, a bear's gonna maul the fuck out of you, but
I might be able to yell, "Hey, bear," at the bear and startle it and run it off. I go, "Hey, chimp." It'll just turn around and put its cigarette out and just decide that I am its problem.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. A bear, there's a very good chance it's just going to be kind of annoyed at you, but as long as you avoid it, it's going to leave you alone. A chimpanzee is like, oh no, it's time. You're dead. Say your prayers, and then it's going to rip your face off.
Now, devil monkeys have appeared in media. Season 3, Episode 5 of Lost Tapes. Government agents were attacked as they tried to shut down a moonshine still in West Virginia by devil monkeys.
Wait, what?
So, okay, first 2 seasons of Lost Tapes, it was just like, oh, we found a tape of like kids who went out camping and the Dover demon killed them, or like the Mongolian death worm killed a couple of like people on like an ATV.
Right.
Thing. No, the last like half of season 2 and all of season 3. And if there was a season 4, it would have done that one. They like had a story, like there was an organization that was going around trying, like there was the worst version of the SCP Foundation that just like lost agents every episode. And one of them is these FBI agents or government agents were trying to shut down a moon still, and then they got attacked by...
Okay. I thought you were saying like the devil monkeys were running the moonshine.
Fuck, I don't know, man. They might have.
It turns out the devil monkeys are just moonshiners.
So my sources are the Cryptids Fandom Wiki, deathcookie.com, Monster of the Week, Devil Monkey, Devil Monkey Sightings, DeRitter Roadkill, Adam Leon, Cryptopia.us, n.namu.wiki, a whole lot of symbols, Devil Monkey Bigfoot's Vicious Cousin by Dominic Schneidel, German Network for Cryptozoology. That was fun. I had to get Google Translates to help me with that one.
Oh, yeah.
Midnight Macabre 2018, Legends of the Devil Monkey. SpookyAppalachia.com, story of the Virginia Devil Monkey, and stories of the Appalachia podcast.
Okay. Well, I do love to hear a good story that, like, I'm going to say this now. This does tap a little bit into my fear of meeting, like,
a random, like, this creature doesn't belong here. It's okay, like, to explain, like, the number of people on the internet that don't get the man versus bear in the woods. The reason so many women went with bear, and why myself and I believe Chris would still go bear, is the bear belong there. Like, if I'm just walking through the woods and there's a dude.
Yeah, I automatically assume ill intent.
I don't necessarily automatically assume ill intent. I just say sus. Like, because, like, oh, well, you're on a trail. That was not said. I'm in the woods and there's just a dude.
Yeah.
Or there's just a bear, like a random bear in the woods. Also, like I said before, if I go, hey, bear, and I make myself big, there's like, especially if it's a black bear in our neck of the woods, they're going to run away.
Yeah. But, like,
if I went, hey, human, he'd be like, boy, you got a real pretty mouth.
Or you say that to, like, a chimpanzee, it's going to be like, and then rip your fucking face off.
See, you know what's scarier about when chimpanzees attack? They will rip your face off, but they also bite off as much of your fingers as they can, because then
they also rip off your genitals.
And they rip off your genitals.
Yeah, they're not aiming to kill. They're aiming to maul the fuck out of you.
They're going to kill you. It's just, they're going to hurt you before, like, you're going to know it's happening because they're sociopaths. Now, something that we occasionally do with this, because it's when we run into something that could be something. I'm going to 100% say the devil monkeys are real, but it's a case of misidentifying an actual creature that just doesn't belong there. This is not I saw a weird deer. This is like,
you saw a baboon.
Yeah.
Or you saw some ape that escape ape. But yeah, no, this was a good story. And it's very rare to have a story where I'm like thinking about it actually kind of drives up my anxiety a bit, because I'm like, now I don't want to meet the devil monkey, aka a baboon.
You're like, I went to Caroli, Hewitt.
I like going on trails and shit.
And then all of a sudden, man, like there was a blind turn, man, and I couldn't do it.
It's like I'm leaving. Anyway, we are Backwoods Obscura. We release every Tuesday. We're trying to be on social media, trying to do some other things. But if you enjoy us, just like go give us a follow on Facebook, on Blue Sky, on TikTok, and on Patreon. We don't ask any money on Patreon
yet.
But we are also Team Bonus Action.
Team Bonus Action is a group of friends, and we are currently partnered with Extra Life through the rest of the year. So if you go to teambonusaction.com or find any of us on Facebook or other social medias, there'll be a link where you can donate. We will be getting each team member's individual account set up here soon. Because I do believe sometime this month we have Tabletop Day, which we have never participated in that one. And then on November 8th, the weekend of November 8th, we will be doing over 24 hours worth of games. And I believe some people might be going to a local convention. And
yeah, we have a local convention here.
That weekend that might be doing something as well. So that's what we got going on. So if you can donate to help parents afford medical bills so that they don't have to choose between rent or paying for their kids' treatment, we would greatly appreciate it. Let's try to pay it forward and make the world better for the little ones.
And with that, I hope you have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
Dear God, man, like now you have me terrified I'm going to see a chimpanzee out in the woods.
It's fucking scary, dude.